We are going to explore some Taoist tapping. And this is a type of tapping massage that we're going to do on our entire body, and we're going to do it with empty fists. So we'll be kind of exploring what side of the fist feels better to you, and we'll get into that. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the benefits into the chat. I find that the more intention that we can add to our practice, to our energetic beauty practice, the more results that we're going to get. So let's get into some of the results and the benefits and start layering in our intentions to receive these benefits. And we've got Amy. All right, so people are still sprinkling in, and that's great. And I'm going to put some of these results or benefits in the chat, and then let's intensify and intensify. Okay, let me get this other one in here. So Taoism is a Chinese spiritual practice that I really relate to. And just on a kind of a woo-woo note, I am strongly convinced that I was a Chinese woman in a past life. That's just what resonates with me. So with so much cultural appreciation for this practice, we will explore it. And then I invite you to follow the golden threads and find a master if you wish. I'm by no means, this isn't something that I even practice on a daily basis, but it is part of a 5-minute energy routine that I do from time to time, and maybe I should start bringing it back to every single day. So I just find this is a really easy way for us to open up our energetic fields and just start that great inner river flowing, so we can allow what's ready to go to flow out, and we can allow what's ready to come in to come in. Welcome Holly and Amy and Monica, and we have Kirsten Foss here as a guest today. Kirsten and I have known each other for, I don't know, 12 years, 10 years. We are both in the holistic beauty, kind of on the backstage of the holistic beauty industry, I guess we would say. We are both leaders of other holistic beauty practitioners, so it's such an honor to have her here with us today. And do we have any other estheticians? Well, Holly actually is an esthetician. Okay, so we always start Skin Church with some breath work and some energetic awareness. So wherever you are in your time, in your place, in your space, knowing that we're in all different time zones and all different little pinpoints in the world, let's actually just imagine the earth as a spinning sphere. Nature loves spheres, by the way. I'm studying plasma dust right now, and it's very fascinating about how spheres are just at every layer and level of our reality. So let's imagine Earth as a sphere. And I know that we have Texas, we have Sedona, we have Mexico, we have Canada. So let's just imagine ourselves. I'm in Northern California. We've got San Francisco. Let's just imagine ourselves as little pinpoints on this globe. And just immediately as we bring this awareness to the globe, the sphere that we inhabit, and that we're the little pinpoints of light, immediately you can feel a sense of just energetic awareness. So let's keep playing with this energetic awareness and bring it from the point of light around a sphere, this sort of expanded global awareness. And let's pour all of our beingness back into our body, really calling back all of your sparkle, all of your bits and pieces from the atmosphere, calling yourself back from any place or space you may have left a little piece of your awareness. And you can imagine this as a genie in a bottle in reverse, just pouring back into yourself, filling your own well. And just allow a natural breath to become a little bit deeper. Notice how it's just natural that your body starts to deepen your breath. And it might feel natural for your eyes to be closed here. And let's go back to what I said in the beginning around bringing in that which is ready to be used and choosed, and letting go of that which is ready to be released. And let's bring awareness to that each breath is this little mini fresh start every time we're taking in a deep breath. I almost think of it as like a new year every time I'm taking a new breath. It's like, okay, I can begin again and begin again and begin again from this very fresh, regenerated, restored, and renewed sense of being. Just for a moment, pay attention to the in-breaths and the out-breaths, the exhales. And just notice the quality of the inhale and the exhale. Notice if there's any catching or shallowness, and just intentionally bring some more depth to each breath. And in just a moment, we'll begin a practice that I call Skintessence. And it is a combination of breath work and energetic activation. And what we're going to be doing is weaving a golden infinity symbol vertically around the body, using our imagination, engaging all of our senses, using only our mind. We will imagine a golden infinity symbol, which is actually going to be a real plasmatic infinity symbol, acknowledging that what we see with our eyes is less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. And we're going to engage our inner eyes. This golden infinity symbol is going to be crossing in and out underneath our belly button. It's going to be dipping up vertically and grabbing into some golden ascension frequency. And as it comes around you behind, it's going to cross back over underneath your spine, back through underneath your belly button. It's going to go down into the earth, and it's going to dip in and grab some golden earth frequency. We're going to be breathing in, bringing it up. And as we breathe out, we're going to be pushing it down. It's a lot of moving parts and pieces, so don't worry about getting it quote unquote right. There is no right way. It's a practice. And for those of us who have been practicing it for a while, expanding your breath when you breathe in and opening up your lungs on the way up, and then constricting and expelling the air on the way out is an additional practice. And then the most advanced layer of this is giving yourself a pelvic floor squeeze up as you expel the breath out. Okay, so it's just for you, just for fun. We'll just have some fun with this. So let's begin underneath the belly button, and we're going to breathe in and up. Expanding your lungs, coming around, crossing over, and then breathing out, pushing it down with your imagination into the ground to let it be a golden thread. Coming back around, pressing through your spine. Six more at your own pace. I lost track, but let's do two more. And as we end, let's actually give ourselves that pelvic floor squeeze now. And just really expel all the air out of your stomach. Squeeze your abs back towards your spine. Engage your mula bandha or your pelvic floor. Activate the imprint if you've been to Pilates. And then just bring your pelvic floor up. It's a little bit more dynamic than a Kegel. And you can be doing this all day long. And as we do that, you can, of course, release when you need to, or keep it as nice and tight as you feel that you can. Let's get into our spine and activate the spine as a column of light and allow your spine to really start channeling the golden ascension frequency and then from underneath the golden earth frequency. And just for a moment, let's activate our awareness and just look in using your consciousness like a little pixel of light. Let's just go inside of our bodies and notice that nice, strong column of light. And then go ahead and witness and notice anything else in your body that would like to be seen. You'll notice that your body feels nice and lit up. And then whenever you're ready, you can open up your eyes. Okay, I'm going to go back to the chat. And we're going to talk about each one of these benefits or results that we can expect from practicing the PIDA. Sorry about the airplane noise. Sounds like there's a private jet in my backyard. Let's have a little note about intention and attention. So with anything that we do around beauty energy, the most important key is to use our intention, then use our attention. So we're going to be looking at something, and then we're going to be looking as the thing. This is very, very, very deep, that last sentence, because within that sentence is actually the secret to be, do, have. It's the secret to life track shifting and jumping. It's all right there. So looking at your desire, and then looking as your desire. That's the secret of intention and attention. So then we want to wrap that up with a third aspect, which is no tension. So with this really relaxed, easy, no resistance, going with the flow, and really just realigning ourselves that we are flow. We are the flow. So back to intention and why it's so important with a super conscious energetic beauty practice is that once we look at the intentions that we're wishing to embody, we've activated that frequency within ourselves. So today, let's intend to stimulate our chi. Let's unblock and promote the smooth flow of energy through our body's meridians. We are the body electric. This is just a massive bundle of fiber optics and super waters, super liquids, and we can actually unblock the flow with our own hands. So that's the number one intention. We're going to enhance our circulation. We're going to improve our blood circulation. So we are going to really embody the idea that more flow is more glow. And with increased flow, we're getting more oxygen, and we're also, so back to the beginning of class. So we're bringing in what we desire, and we're letting go of what's ready to be released. We're going to relieve tension. We're going to support our body's natural detoxification pathways via the lymphatic system. We're going to boost our own immune function. So this is a practice that you can do every single day if you would like. It's a great way to wake your body up in the morning. We're going to improve our flexibility. We're going to balance our energy, and we're going to promote healing and enhance our mental clarity. Those are all the things that we are intending, and then we're just going to be being it. Okay, so we're going to see it, and then we're going to be it. Anytime you're doing any sort of practice, whether it is a gua sha practice, whether it's just putting on your facial formulas, it's really important to bring this level of just pure consciousness, just bringing pure consciousness. And more often than not, this is not about thinking through it and going, oh, okay, immune and flexibility, and trying to compute what that might mean, but really allowing the body to kind of like experience it and let this be a body awareness. So all of this is for the body, and the body has so much more wisdom than I think that we've given it credit for. The last note I wanted to say about using intention like this with just your facial formulas is that reading your ingredient decks and choosing one ingredient in your products. This is a challenge for the week. So with the product that you're currently using, or that that you love, or that you would love to know more about or get more about, something you can do this week is look at your ingredient decks. I recommend that every time you apply your products in the morning, you do this, but especially for this week, just as a practice, pick one ingredient out of your deck and do a little research about it. And then as you apply that product, you're going to ask that product to deliver that result on a deeper level than you ever have before. It's a way of enchanting and energizing your product that will bring all of this into really practical everyday practice. Okay, how's everybody feeling? Okay, so we're gonna get started. Let's make an empty fist. My cat just jumped in through the window. There you go. Okay, an empty fist. I'm just kind of playing around with what that feels like. It feels like this to me with my fingers down like that. So I have like a kind of a nice flat surface. And let's just do it. Let's just start tapping at the top of our head. And this is really where EFT tapping was inspired by, as far as I can discern, because it is about activating the meridians. And we know that the issues are held in the tissues. So let's also choose an intention, a specific intention to release something to release today through this practice. We went through the list of intentions, but maybe one stood out more for you. So for me, I'm going to be really intending to release the sense of busyness that I kind of felt for today, because I I'm really busy and I don't like the feeling of busyness. And so I'm bringing in more of a frequency of just hitting all my marks and just going with the flow, and everything is just magical and easy for me. So I'm releasing busyness in addition to all the other things. Now let's go ahead and release, because my arm is getting tired and I imagine yours might too. And let's practice with the other hand, the non-dominant hand. So go ahead and get some empty fists and let's just perceive how different that feels. And you can move to your forehead. And we're just going to we're going to work with a skintuitive model where we just are going to go with the flow. So I'm moving down to the back of my head. I'm going all the way back down the back the down. I'm also going to bring both fists together and do my entire head. So just really lightly around the temples, down the sides of the face. Noticing which parts of your body are lighting up. Very, very lightly going down the front of the neck, both hands. Okay, so that already woke up quite a bit of energy. Let's release our hands. And then this was sparked by a conversation I had with Kirsten yesterday about being sort of this analogy and metaphor of the acorn seed having no choice but to become an oak tree when the soil conditions are right, when the right amount of sunshine, the right amount of nutrition, the right amount of water, and the right companion plants. We're all like that, right? We're all these divine plants. I mean, we really are, very similar to how we're similar to plants. We are our own little divine seed. So let's get into that and just acknowledge, first of all, that we're with our companion plants that really nourish us. And I love you all so much. And thank you for showing up for me and for yourselves and for each other. Some beautiful friendships beginning to blossom within the community. And it's just really my heart's desire to get the Beauty Magic Club just humming, and you are a big part of that, of helping me create this morphic field. So we can look around the room and just like acknowledge that we're planted with some divine companions. Now let's go back into our body and allow our feet to be roots and to get into that golden earth frequency. And you may notice that your palms or your soles of your feet actually light right up. The palms and the soles of the feet are just highly active with photonic infrared energy. And the soul and the soul. And let's get into this whole plant here. And then let's allow our neck to be the stem and our face to be a flower. And just for a moment, kind of perceive how your neck is a stem and brings all the nutrition and the hydration up. And then our flower has this wonderful fluid called glymphatic fluid. Glymph. It's a type of lymph. So let's actually, if it's available for you, let's just do some little circles in the scalp and activating our glymphatic system. Specifically, really getting into around the ears with your thumbs and noticing any places that have more tension than others. So I found one spot behind my ear right up here that is really lit up where everything else isn't. So I'm just going to press and melt. So find a spot that has some energy around it. And when I say energy, I mean tension. And you can think of tension really as just stuck energy. So there isn't like the judgment that it's a bad thing. It's just the energy isn't flowing smoothly there. So we're going to press and melt. Press and melt. Press and melt. You can keep moving. Doing any freestyle neck massage that feels good. What we're going to do is we're going to cross our energy over. We're going to do some energy crossing. So just squeeze, take your right hand and squeeze your left shoulder. You can come all the way down your neck and give yourself a nice little self massage. Touch is love and squeeze. And what we're going to do is squeeze and just kind of drag over and then down here, sweep it down. We'll do it a few times on each side. Then we'll go back to some Pai Da. Okay. I'm going to come back with our empty fist. And now we're going to do our whole chest. What we're going to do is we're going to move, and we can kind of go back and forth with hands, with either hand that feels good. But we're going to move all the way across and under our underarm, like we just did for the crossing over, and really get into that bra place. This is incredible for if you do wear regular wired bras to do after you take your bra off. Make sure we keep it moving. I'm actually getting some knuckles right now, and this feels good to get into some of these neurolymphatics. Knuckles, any fingers that feel good, just freestyle. All right, so let's go back under our bra line and using both hands, let's just go all the way down, getting into our hips. And if it's available for you to go around the back and actually doing the bottom of your spine. All around the back of your lower back and down around your upper thighs. Now let's tap on the top of the thighs and lightly tap in your groin. Inner thighs, just go all over your outside of your thighs and your inner thighs. And we're going to move all the way down our legs. I'm just kind of going back and forth. This kind of rhythmic slapping and tapping always reminds me of how kind of like starting a car or starting a machine, like turning on the buttons. It's like, hello, wake up. And if you want to do the bottoms of your feet, go ahead. If you can get bare feet easily, if you have shoes on, no worries. We're always sort of, well, I don't know if we're always, let's see, let me form this. There's this concept that women have that we are, we're not allowed to age, right? We're not allowed to change, and that we are objectified, right? So it's we're not supposed to be, we're not supposed to be perfect specimens that stay one way forever, right? And that's so true. But the case for objectification, because I always have to bring something a little contrarian, is that I always think of this kind of concept of a classic car, right? If you have an old car that's been kept in the garage and washed and waxed, and its spark plugs have been changed, and you've done the maintenance, then that car becomes more valuable, right? And it still runs, and it's just a marvel. I always like kind of relate to myself like that my body is a machine, and that maintaining it and changing its fluids and making sure that it is got the maintenance that it needs, that's really important to me. That doesn't mean I can't change or that I have to, be completely changing out the engine. It just means that I want to keep the fluids topped off, and I want to make sure I know how all of the buttons work. So now I've just freestyled all over my legs. I'm coming back to my hips, coming up my back as far as I can. And then let's all find ourselves back towards the front of our body. And let's just bring one hand to our belly and one hand to our heart. Scanning in using your awareness, and just notice that you have more energy inside of your body. Notice the places that are lit up. Notice the buzzing. Notice the molecules. Notice the mitochondria. Notice the light. Let's go back to our golden infinity symbol. And let's practice bringing it up and around from the point on our heart and our belly. So the infinity symbol is a circle with a twist, really helping us harmonize and balance and make the most of this dualistic contrast universe that we live in. So let's go back to the intention we had for a release. I was releasing busyness. Now let's pick another intention. In addition to all the detoxification and the energetic activation, choose something for your day today. It can be something that you would love to experience, a situation, a word. It can be really anything. It can be you intend to see a certain something, like a blue butterfly. And for me, I'm going to choose to experience being in a flow state. So you'll notice that I chose something that was the opposite of my other intention, which was to release busyness. So see if you can harmonize your out intention and your in intention. And also look at these in both of these intentions without the lens of good, bad, right, wrong, up, down, yes, no, black, white. Let's just look at them as very neutral. So I'm going to release busyness and install and instill code and command, decide and direct my reality movie to be in a complete flow state for my entire day. And I'm releasing busyness and chaos. Then I'm going to actually, with the infinity symbol that I am consciously pulling in and around my heart and my belly, I'm going to run it counterclockwise. So let's all imagine that our infinity symbol between our two hands is moving counterclockwise, and go ahead and put a release intention onto that symbol. And notice that it's relaxed and released, dissolved and dissipated, cleaned and cleared. And notice that it's happening with total ease as well. It's just easy for us to bring what we need in and to let go of what no longer serves. So let's reverse our infinity symbol flow and let's place our desired intention to receive on this flow. And I'm going to put flow in there. You can put whatever works for you today. And start impressing this in, impressing and pressing. Still moving clockwise with what we're deciding and decreeing and coding and commanding and installing and instilling into our body and being. Let's take our palms, our flat palms, and do the sides of our face over our ears and run our clockwise infinity symbol horizontally. We do forehead and throat. This is a vertical symbol. Code and command, decide, direct, and decree, instill and install your skin tension, your intention. Or you can release your hands. And let's intensify the intention by becoming it and being it. So whatever you were intending to experience today, that you are intending, go ahead and become that now. Just be it. First, we were looking at it, and now we will look as it. Really identify with this intention. And let's identify with an I am presence. Remembering that I am is not an affirmation. It is a divine presence. So invoke your own individual I am presence and layer in your I am. So for me, it will be I am divine flow and present moment awareness. I am. I already am that. I am that I am. 2 points. I am that I am. Bringing them together as one. Breathing it in deeply, absorbing the energetic awareness, installing and instilling it down through all time, space, layers, levels, lifetimes, universes, realities, and planes of existence now. Ooh, and it feels good. And whenever you're ready, you can open up your eyes. Magic is real and you are it. So I'm going to open it up for any shares or questions or chat. And then let's all regroup in Instagram chat and talk about what magic happened, if, you know, our intention. Yes. I just noticed that care is inside of the word sacred. Interesting. Awesome, Kirsten. We're the beginning of a huge wave of consciousness that is they're just the seeds right now. We are the seeds. I mean, wow, everyone. Do you feel so activated? Glimpse, right? I know when I was so what I was thinking about the other day, that do I just work? And then I was like, no, actually what I do is my actual passion and hobby. So it's not necessarily that I'm always working, but I love to read these like really deep science books that are a lot of times above my comprehension, but I just try to take the words in and not really make it mean too much. And I've been studying the glymphatic system, and it is really cool, the cerebral spinal fluid, and just how, gosh, our brains are so amazing. Glymph. So whatever your intention is for the day, remember that we're just going to be it today. We're going to be it to see it. And of course, these are the seeds of manifesting anything you desire to create or to be. Be, do, have. And the I am, you already are that. Sometimes if I feel that there's a gap between what I desire to create, especially, for my light lifters, we are working on a result, a physical result, and I feel that there's a gap. So say I look in the mirror and I don't see that result that I had intended to create yet, and I know there's a gap. I don't take it seriously because I know that my eyes are actually, we put so much stock into our eyes, and our eyes are wonderful and magical, and the eye and hand activation class is coming soon to the Beauty Magic Club, and I want you to like make the most of your eyes, but also understand that there's so much more than what you are personally seeing. So right there's that. So if there's a gap, and I've already really invoked my I am presence for the result I'm creating, but I'm not seeing it, what I personally do, just a little coaching and tip for all of us who are actively creating our bodies and our beings and our reality, is just to say, I already am that. I just remind myself, oh, I already am that. So it's just sort of a little casual, oh, I don't let my story of my mind go, oh my God, it's not working. You better go back to your old ways. It's so much safer. And I just say, no, I already am that. Okay, so I love you all. Kirsten, thank you for joining. And Kirsten, we're going to be playing more in the beauty space. And I love you, Monica. And Suzanne, I know, is on the call, and Amy. And the replay will be up within a few days. And what other exciting things are happening? Well, we have guest experts coming in, all sorts. The Beauty Magic Club behind the scenes has a million cool things happening. So I will just keep you all posted, and I would love to have us kind of activate the Instagram chat with how our intentions go. And I will report back how I'm doing with busyness versus flow. And I already feel that it's starting. So I'll see you in the chat. I'll see you online, and I love you. Bye.